playing for my grandmother, Willie Mae Parks.
I'm Erlana Larkins, forward, playing for the University of North Carolina, and I'm playing for my brother, Jared Griffin.
I'm Latoya Pringle, University of North Carolina, forward center, and I'm playing for grandparents and Jason Ray.
Mr. Hadley, would you like a Coke?
Never had one. What else haven't I done?
Hello?
Doris?
Yes?
I've always loved you. Bombs away. Nice.
Mr. Hadley,
Next Sunday, two potent American League offenses take the field.
Deep center field. Gone!
As David Ortiz and the Red Sox slug it out with Michael Young and the Rangers. ESPN Sunday Night Baseball. Red Sox Rangers next Sunday at 8.
incoming call.
Hello.
Kelly? Oh, hi, Tiffany. Hey, Kel. What's up?
How'd you get my number?
It's not your number.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Actually, it's not.
A Uconnect system that accommodates up to 7 cell phones. The Chrysler 300, full of so many available features, it may take you a while to discover them all. Now well-qualified lessees can get a low-mileage lease on the entry-level Chrysler 300 for only $299 a month.
Menards is where you'll find quality products for low prices. Make mopping easier with a mop bucket from Rubbermaid, perfect for commercial use. This 26-quart mop bucket comes with a side wringer, only $39.99 after rebate. Keep concrete surfaces looking great with vinyl cement patch from Makona. It's great for interior and exterior applications. A 25-pound bag is only $3.99 after rebate. Plus, there's 0 payments and no interest till 2008 when you use your Menards Big Card.
Save big money at Menards.
Just a few moments away from the second national semifinal. Candace Parker in Tennessee warming up against Carolina. You've already met the Heels. Now meet the Lady Balls.
Hi, I'm Nikki Anosike, starting junior center for the University of Tennessee, and I'm here playing for my first national championship ring.
I'm Candace Parker, forward for the University of Tennessee. I'm playing for the Lady Ball family because we've had a 9-year drought in winning the national championship.
I'm Alexis Hornbuckle. I'm a guard for the University of Tennessee, and I'm playing for our seniors because they've yet to win a national championship.
I'm Sydney Spencer, a 6'3" forward from Tennessee, and I am playing for this year's Lady Balls basketball team. We've been through it together, we've worked hard together, and I think we deserve to win it together.
My name is Shannon Bobby. I'm a junior point guard here at the University of Tennessee. I'm here to play for a national championship.
Well, Candace Parker knows she needs a national championship to cement her status as one of the greatest to have ever played, basically averaging a double-double in the tournament, just under 21 points and just over 10 boards a game. As we continue here, Stacey Caratrey, someone that knows something about national championships. That would be Gino Auriemma of UConn, ladies and gentlemen, the head coach. Hey, before we get back and look at this game ahead, your thoughts on what you saw from the Rutgers-LSU game?
Well, I saw an LSU game that I don't remember seeing last week against us.
That took you guys out.
So I don't know who these imposters were, but that wasn't the team that we played against. And when Rutgers is shooting the ball from the perimeter the way they shot it tonight, they are almost impossible to beat, because what they do is they run the shot clock down, and then with 5 seconds left, they knock in a 3, and there's nothing you can do about it. So if they shoot the ball like that the rest of this tournament, they're going to be really tough to beat. But I was really surprised by the lack of energy that LSU brought to this game today.
Great minds think alike, by the way. That's what Carol Lawson from Tennessee told me earlier. So Tennessee and UConn are finally agreeing on something. It's what we do here. We bring schools, people, regions together. Can Rutgers continue this, though, in the next game, do you think?
Well, again, they're a very streaky team. You know, we beat them by 26 at their place. 5 days later, we couldn't score 50 against them. So anything can happen with Rutgers. But if it depends on how Essex is feeling, too. If she's out, that's a different team. But if they're making shots, I'll tell you what, they are really, really hard to play against.
Well, they credit that 26-point loss to you guys for really turning their season around, and now they're here playing for the national championship. Okay, guys, now it's North Carolina and Tennessee, and when you start this conversation, you have to start with Candace Parker, don't you?
Yeah, I think you look at Candace Parker. In my opinion, she's been the best player in the country all season long. The thing that she must do tonight is don't settle. Don't settle for jump shots. She needs to get on the block and take it up strong against that athletic front line of North Carolina. When she settles, she's not as good. And when she gets on that block and uses those array of moves that she has down there, Stacy, she's the best player in America.
Yeah, there's no question she is the best player in America, but who has the daunting task of guarding this player? Well, it's none other than the 6'3" junior, Latoya Pringle, most improved player on Sylvia Hatchell's roster. Let me tell you about her. They call her Inspector Gadget. Why? She's got go-go gadget arms. She can stretch out of the gym, lots of length, both inside and outside. She'll have her hands full with Candace Parker, and I expect some help to come Candace Parker's way.
Well, one thing we've seen Candace Parker do, Gino, is dunk the basketball. And against North Carolina, they're going to try and push it. So you're going to have some opportunities to play defense and get some transition baskets. We heard when Diana Taurasi played for you, she changed the way the game was played. We're hearing the same thing about Candace. Is that accurate in your opinion?
In some ways, you know, in order, you know, like Karen and Stacy said, one of the things that she has to do is she has to assert herself on this stage.
Right.
You know, and the way to do that is you got to take the responsibility and put it on your shoulders. Now, if she doesn't shoot the ball well from the perimeter and she has to go to where Elena Larkins is and Pringle is, that's going to be a little bit tougher on her because Carolina has the athletes. But if she stays with it and stays with it and stays with it, and the kids from Tennessee can knock in some jump shots and give her just a little bit of room inside, I don't think there's anybody in America that can guard her 10 feet and in away from the basket. Nobody, because she's just too long, too smooth, too good with both hands.
Yeah, that's exactly what we saw play out in the regional final against Ole Miss. So that is what we call Candace Parker on the court. As for Candace Parker off the court, well, let's just say her basketball lineage is pretty good.
I'm Candace Parker. I'm a forward for the Tennessee Lady Volunteers. My boyfriend is Sheldon Williams. He plays for the Atlanta Hawks. We just met through basketball. Comes a lot of home games when he can, but with his schedule it's hard. Yes, he did play for Duke. I refuse to wear the blue. He reminds me about Duke all the time. He teases me about it. He better root for Tennessee. My brother Anthony, he plays for the Toronto Raptors. We have a very close relationship. Really just support each other and I just try to be there because it's really nice having a sibling that's kind of been through what you're going through right now. Oh yeah, he tells me that he's beaten me in dunks per game. So he always compares that stat.
Well, the North Carolina equivalent in many ways of Candace Parker is Ivory Latta, the point guard that runs that engine for North Carolina. She has done everything in her career except win that national championship. 2 more wins away from adding that to her resume. She may be small, but she has large game, and she is ready to roll. Ivory Latta getting set to dance onto the floor here at the Quickens Loan Arena in Cleveland as we get set for the second semifinal. But, you know, earlier in this regional coverage we've had of Tennessee making it here, we heard a pregame speech from Pat Summitt that got us all sort of going again and reminded you of what it was like to play for her. But Pat Summitt, again, getting people ready. What do you think she's saying to her team right now?
Well, I think she's telling them to relax and just come out there and do what they've done all season long. I mean, Coach Summitt is going to make that bridge to the past and to the tradition of Tennessee in her pregame speeches. But I think also she's going to try and keep her team relaxed, keep them playing, not get nervous. And so I think that's her message to the team is just relax, go out and have fun, play the way you've been playing. They played exceptional the last 2 games in the tournament.
Well, I think they're remembering the stinger that they suffered when they went to Carolina earlier this season and lost by 13, Tennessee did. I really look for this team to defend in transition. Pat Summitt said the reason we lost that basketball game outside of rebounding was because we didn't defend in transition. They want to make this a half-court battle. Pat Summitt feels very confident that they can do that and win a game.
All right, so let's run down our table of experts here. So let's go through this. In your mind, Gino, what's the most important thing for both squads as North Carolina and Tennessee get set to square off?
Well, Carolina won the first matchup. That works against them tonight. I really believe that. I think in the NCAA tournament, when you play a team that you lost to, there's a little added edge that you're going to have. I think Pat also is bringing a team here right now that's playing better than any other team that's in this tournament. The last time I saw Tennessee play on TV, I thought that's the best I've ever seen Tennessee play, except when they had Kara. I mean, other than that, they were unbelievable.
Yeah.
So I think they're the hottest team here right now. But at the same time, you got to beat Carolina at their game because they're going to run. And you got to run when you can, and then you got to stop them from running.
They got to match that transition. What about you, Kara? Where do you see the X factor in this game?
No, I look at rebounding. I agree with Coach, and that's selective in your transition, selective in your pace. But I think rebounding the basketball. The first meeting, they get out rebounded by 10 rebounds, but 18 offensive boards for Carolina. Tennessee must keep them off the boards. And then the support players, Sydney Spencer and Alexis Hornbuckle, go 3 for 20 in that matchup. They must knock down perimeter shots for Tennessee to have a chance.
I can't wait personally for the point guard matchup. We talked to Ivory Latta 2 days ago, and basically she told us, hey, when I face Shannon Bobbitt, who, by the way, she admitted that Shannon, yes, is quicker than her, which is a big feat for Ivory to admit. She said in that first game, there was a little bit of talking going on between the 2 point guards. I think which point guard leads their team into this game gets a win.
All right, well, we talked about what Pat might say. Just moments ago, Pat Summitt addressing her team.
You got to have the competitive spirit that's so much bigger than theirs that you're going to overwhelm them. You got that? Your competitive spirit, your desire on hustle plays, on getting to the boards, on being physical, boxing out, sprinting the floor, everything you do, you compete. And as Heather said it, and I thought about this afternoon, that's the Tennessee way. Let's do it the Tennessee way tonight, all right? Let's go.
All right, Pat addressing her troops. We'll see what happens. Gino, thanks for stopping by, my friend. We will see what happens. Rutgers is in. They await the winner of either Tennessee or North Carolina for the national title. Here's Mike Patrick with the call.
Thank you, Trey. One team's performance has allowed its season extended play. Now, Tennessee and North Carolina vie for the one remaining spot on the NCAA's dance card. Limber up, lace up those blue suede shoes, because this one's going to be a fast dance.
Echoing through the halls of legend, an anthem of strength and inspiration. A storied legacy renewed in the hands of the sport's leading lady.
I don't stop and think about winning a 7th national championship. I think about this team winning their first.
A classic superstar who commands the spotlight, fuels these volunteer dreams.
If you don't win a national championship, then to some extent, it's a failed season.
But with its second title in view, North Carolina has its own mission to pursue and expectations to meet.
We were here last year in the Final Four. We came up short. All year long, this team has had a sense of unfinished business.
Traditional powers collide. Brightest stars will be tested. This is the stage where legends are made.
There's no telling what you'll see.
Tennessee versus North Carolina.
Welcome to the NCAA Women's Championship presented on ESPN by Orbitz. A great matchup in the second semifinal. North Carolina at 34-3 against 32-3. Tennessee, the winner of this game, will face Rutgers for the national championship on Tuesday night. The Scarlet Knights a winner over LSU in the first national semifinal. Good evening, everybody. Mike Patrick, Doris Burke. It's great to have you with us. Two of the best programs in all of college basketball. Two #1 seeds. They'll match up tonight in this semifinal, each one of them led by a unanimous All-American.
Two dynamic individuals who have great influence on the on-court demeanor of their respective teams. We start with Wade Trophy winner Candace Parker, who at 6'4" has the best skill set of any player in the country. She's at her best on the block. She's been a dominant defender. Ivory Latta is a player who goes back to the level she was at a season ago, especially in her ability to get to the rim. She's the most prolific shooter in their history. For It's about the calmness she brings to the table. When you look at their respective NCAA tournament numbers, it's no wonder they're here.
Holly Rowe and Mark Jones will work the sidelines for us. Let's check in with Mark.
Yeah, guys, believe it or not, Ivory Latta, North Carolina, has been even more vocal in her leadership role during the last week here. In fact, she's a three-time All-American, three-time Most Outstanding Player of the ACC tournament. There's even been a 250% increase in attendance while she's been at North Carolina for the last 4 years, which begs the question, does she need a championship to validate her career? When asked that, her response was, hey, we have all the right pieces, all the right tools. Without a national title, I will have had an empty career. Now let's go over to Holly Rowe.
Well, Mark, for Tennessee, Candace Parker has had a similar impact. In fact, Pat Summitt, who's had countless All-Americans, said that having Candace Parker has changed the way they play. In fact, she used the words of her old rival, Gino Ariema, when they were winning championship after championship at UConn. He said, we're good because we have Diana Taurasi and nobody else does. Pat Summitt says they're special now because they have Candace Parker and nobody else does. In fact, Coach Summitt told us she woke up yesterday morning at 5 a.m. and as she was laying there in her bed, the thought went through her mind, wow, I am so glad Candace Parker chose Tennessee. What makes her even more special right now, Coach Summitt says, is she's finally putting together her game on both ends of the floor, becoming a dominator on offense and defense. Mike, back to you.
Holly, it's a valid comparison. She's the closest I've seen to Diana. ESPN's coverage of the 2007 NCAA Women's Final Four, broadcast in high definition. Here are your starting lineups for North Carolina. Latta and Camille Little will start in the backcourt. Up front, Rashonda McCants, Latoya Pringle, who's a tremendous shot blocker, and Elena Larkins. Sydney Spencer, one of the forwards up front for Tennessee. Bobbitt and Hornbuckle are in the backcourt. And there you see the front court anchored by Nikki Anisicki up front, the All-American Candace Parker. Olivia presents our coverage of the 2007 NCAA Women's Final Four, the broadcast in high definition. Tennessee in the home white, Carolina in blue. The second semifinal is underway. North Carolina basketball, Little on the run, can't hit it. Follow no good. Parker got a hand on it, knocked out of bounds. McCants had a good look at the follow and couldn't score either.
For Carolina, it's all about tempo. Anyone who's seen the North Carolina men, they mirror that program. They want to get a lot of possessions, pressure you all over the floor, and they've got great depth.
Here comes Bobbitt at 5'2", the shortest player ever given a scholarship in the Southeastern Conference. Spencer trapped and turns it over, and that's what Carolina lives off of. Offensive rebound kicked out to Latta. She's not quite the penetrator she used to be. Coming off of last year's injury, Doris, she gained a lot of weight.
She was out of condition. Ivory Latta was not able to go through her normal off-season and preseason conditioning routine, but Sylvia Hatchell understands that when she's in shape, this team is dangerous.
She won it all in 1994. Pringle. Boy, Carolina is tough on the rebounding, and they beat everybody this year with an 11.2 rebounding margin on the season. It's number 3 in the country.
Their second shot is often their best shot. They get multiple opportunities because they crash hard.
And they beat Tennessee early in the season. They out-rebounded them by 10. One and done there on the jumper by Hornbuckle. It wouldn't fall for her. Little is back the other way for Carolina. Tipped and stolen. Here comes Hornbuckle. Both teams a little tight. Spencer, offensive rebound to Hornbuckle. A fresh 30. It's not going to take him that long. Spencer again got her hands on the rebound. Couldn't hold it off the Bobbitt miss. And here comes Latta pushing it up.
Both teams
Bobbitt and Latta, that's a pretty good matchup there. Parker behind the back, and she's fouled. Foul's going to be on Little. Here's how North Carolina got here. Prairie View, Notre Dame, GW, and Purdue. A lot of people favor this team, and they have since the beginning, them and Duke, of winning the national championship.
I don't think there's any question Carolina's the most talented team in the country. We saw what Notre Dame did to them. That was the least amount of points in a victory in the NCAA tournament. They slowed the pace to their liking. Tennessee wants to be a little bit more up-tempo than Notre Dame played the game out.
Parker, so smooth, baseline foul. Here's how Tennessee got here for Pat Summitt, Drake, Pittsburgh, Marist, the real Cinderella team. And then they hammered Ole Miss in a game that a lot of people thought was going to be nip and tuck. They beat them by 36.
Well, and the advantage of playing Ole Miss is Carol Ross's team was a pressure basketball team. They wanted to turn you over, get you playing faster than you wanted to do. Exactly the kind of matchup they have with Carolina.
Parker is one of those athletes. You see her handle a ball once for 2 seconds, and you say she can play, and boy, can she.
Well, Pat Summitt said this is a young woman who feels like if she's going to be defined as one of the greatest players to play the game, it's about championships. She certainly hasn't played like a player operating under that kind of pressure. Her demeanor has been outstanding.
Tennessee trying to press. They get the turnover. They don't get the layup, but Parker there to follow, blocked by Pringle, and then Parker with a silly reach-in foul.
Now, things are not going to come easy. Go, Gadget Arms. Latoya Pringle is an outstanding shot blocker. Great length, and she goes right after Parker, and you're right. Understand the value to your team. Don't commit a silly one.
Down the lane went Alex Miller. She lost the ball. Bob it back the other way. It's a double team, and boy, are they letting them play.
It's a little ragged to start the basketball game.
Pringle, the single-season shot block leader in North Carolina history, rejected a couple there. And Pringle picks up her second personal. We've only played 235.
There's a lot of conversation in the media after Ohio State and Georgetown semifinal on the men's side about how quickly the officials blew the whistle. You want your stars on the court in a national semifinal. In my estimation, unless you take somebody's head off or blood is drawn, whistles should be hard to come by.
Anasicki too strong. In the first game, it was 70 to 57. Look at the turnovers. 49 combined turnovers. North Carolina doesn't mind that. They don't mind turning the ball over a lot if you do, because they think their offense will get more points out of it.
They're going to have turnovers by nature of the way they play, the pace. They're going to make mistakes. Sylvia Hatchell only objects if they come in the half court in poor decision making. We'll see how those numbers play.
Anasicki misses a couple of free throws. He's not been good at the line. Ball stripped and knocked out of bounds.
Alexis Hornbuckle is unlike any player I've ever seen. She rebounds it well out of the guard position. How about the speed to recover and take that thing out of Larkin's hands? And Larkins has great strength, Mike.
Hornbuckle is going to have to handle the ball very well and score for Tennessee to be successful. Beautiful move inside by Little, but she can't finish. A little off balance. She can take the shot. Parker back the other way. So smooth. Goes with her left hand and drains it.
You can't guard that, folks. That's 6'4" on a rake and take. And there's not an individual player in the country who can stop it.
Little reach-in foul on Bobbitt, and boy, she didn't like it. She's right in the ladder's face, and they're exchanging a little shove there.
Now, this is a key matchup, and this kind of banter occurred in the first matchup. See, Bobbitt's going to come over and talk to Latta right now, make sure she's up in her grill, but this was a key matchup. Bobbitt and Latta exchanging words. Now, does it bother one or the other?
Well, they're going to be right in each other's face the entire game. And you might have noticed Bobbitt was trying to do a little flop and get a foul on that last sequence. Let's go to Mark Jones.
Guys, a little over a month ago, Sylvia Hatchell spoke to Ivory Latta and said, hey, you have to play with more emotion, get back to being your emotional, effusive self. Well, there's a demonstration of it right there. But I spoke with the supervisor of officials with respect to the taunting rule. They say it's not a taunting foul as long as it's not negatively directed at an opponent or official, guys. Back to you.
What is the positive direction, I wonder? Anasicki. No, walk. 2 turnovers against Tennessee. Well, we thought the first game was going to be a fist fight in a phone booth. This is going to be a fist fight in a movable phone booth.
Carolina is 0 for 9 to start the basketball, a combined 1 for 16.
Another block. What defense? Anasicki kicks it ahead. Parker, can she save it? Yes. Good pass by Parker. A foul by Latta. Boy, they're getting their money's worth. Standing ovation from the Tennessee section. 15:57 to go in the first half. Tennessee and Carolina, it's only 4-0.
Russell Athletic, ESPN Arena Football, all season long on ESPN2.
It's time to play Take on Orbitz. This week's winner is you. That's right, you.
Go to Orbitz.com during the Hotel Mega Sale and save $100 on 5 nights at select hotels nearly anywhere in the world. Just Orbitz and go.
The dream is still alive. Someday it will come true. And this country, it belongs to folks like me and you. So let the voice of freedom sing out through this land. This is our country.
The all-new Chevy Silverado, the 2007 Motor Trend Truck of the Year.
Dude, these guys just stole your phone.
Yeah, joke's on them. We're in Italy. My phone doesn't even work here.
What about when you get back home?
Doesn't work that well there either.
Ma ti vergogni sto cretino, guarda, ma mi fa perdere tempo, vai.
All right. See, the joke's on them.
Singular has more coverage in more cities worldwide than Sprint. Singular, now the new AT&T. Your world delivered. Now get the broadband Razor for only $39.99.
Huh. Calories provide energy, but how much energy do you need? Powerade Option, the low-calorie sports drink.
They pick up touchdowns, pick up the pucks, and pick up their teams. Enterprise salutes NCAA student athletes for picking us all up. Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
At eHarmony, you don't search for a match. We bring highly compatible matches to you based on 29 proven dimensions of compatibility. Log on to eHarmony.com and get your personality profile, a $50 value, free.
The NCAA Women's Championship is presented on ESPN by Orbitz. Save big at Orbitz.com. Just Orbitz and go. And in part by Chevy, an American revolution.
The Temptations were inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1989, always known for their dancing, their choreography, their harmonies, and for the suits you couldn't wear on the street without being arrested.
That's a group I can get with.
Check in with Holly Rowe. Holly?
Well, guys, listening into that Tennessee huddle, Shannon Bobbitt told her teammates as they were waiting for Pat Summitt to come over and address them, she said, hey, Ivory Latta, she bumped me in my chest. I had to push my arm up and get her off of me. She is all riled up. I thought maybe Pat Summitt would try to calm her down, but she didn't. All she did is address her team and tell Nikki Anasicki she's got to be more physical and that they've got to continue to have their emphasis on getting the boards.
Holly, I think it's going to be a battle of wills between the two smallest players on the court. It's probably going to end up even. Good ball movement by North Carolina. Again, they just can't make a basket, and here comes Bobbitt. Streaking pass, and look at this, she got the rebound. Takes no talent to hustle, but boy, does it make a difference. Bobbitt, one of the few junior college players you will ever see have a chance to play at Tennessee. They groomed them early there, but Pat Summitt found herself with a hole because of a transfer, and Bobbitt fit it perfectly.
Yep, Sharday Wiley-Gatewood transferred out to Maryland. She was in need of a point guard, and it's rare, but this young woman is so thankful to be in a Tennessee uniform. Brings great energy and defensive presence. You see the struggles offensively, and a lot of those 11 shots have been good looks at the basket, Mike.
Miller cut off at the baseline. Latta will launch. She's short. Out of bounds to Tennessee, 0 for 12. Pretty good when you're 0 for 12. You're only down by 5 points. In their 3 losses this year, they came up with fewer than 70 points, and that's a big difference for them because they lead the country in scoring. Nice reach-in play by McCants, and she can't hit it.
You would think Tennessee would have a wider margin than they do with all of these missed shots by Carolina.
Parker missed the shot. I think she was expecting someone to come over and give her a little more trouble on it. McCants, finally, 14:33 on the clock before Carolina gets its first basket.
You cannot be late in transition defense when you're playing North Carolina.
Anasicki covered well, kicks it out to Hornbuckle. They'll start the offense again. Spencer, a little high-low pass. Parker tries to tip it in. And a tie-up. Possession arrow back to the Lady Vols.
Ivory Latta triggers the nation's most dangerous fast break. They get out in their lanes. They keep the floor spread. Hornbuckle nearly makes a great play. Good concentration by McCants.
You talked about in the first game watching people rush it a little bit. I think both of these teams are doing that right now. Bad pass by Spencer. Larkins had the fast break, had to hold it up. Now Latta against Hornbuckle. Bad pass right to Parker. She wants to take it herself. Fade away, no. Latta with a rebound. She had it taken away by Anasicki. Anasicki stealing it from the little guard.
Ivory Latta has heard all year long that the nation's best point guard was Lindsey Harding. But she came into the NCAA tournament with a little bit of a chip on her shoulder, but she is shaking to start this basketball game. How does she respond from here?
Boy, Sylvia Hatchell upset. That was the second foul on Latta. She wants to know how the big center for Tennessee took the ball away from her point guard.
Well, and that's an unusual sequence right there. Sylvia Hatchell was just in Ivory Latta's grill. Now, usually she handles Ivory with all positive reinforcement, but she's clearly upset at her senior point guard.
Well, neither she nor Hornbuckle can lose their focus just because they're woofing at each other a lot. Spencer got down there. The ball was bounced off of her. Good play by Carolina to save it. And right now, it's athlete against athlete. They're not playing very good basketball. Rashonda McCants made that last point.
Just feels like the energy level is very high, but they've let their emotions impact their level of play. So everybody just needs to settle in, take good shots, run your offense.
You surprised that Latta is still out there with the 2 fouls?
I am a little bit, but she's a senior guard who understands her value. Sylvia Hatchell, not one of those who automatically checks you out of the basketball game with 2 in the first half.
Well, Parker and McCants tugging at each other, and McCants gets a bucket. I mean, they had a grip on each other's jersey.
Here's the trap. This is a 1-3-1. They try to make you make a mistake. Good play.
And then a tie-up. And the possession arrow to Carolina.
Rashonda McCants is an excellent athlete. You know her brother Rashad, who was a star on Roy Williams' first national championship. Well, she's got the elevation of big brother. Nice looking move.
26 combined shots in this game. Only 3 field goals. That's right, 3 of 26. Yikes.
It's not pretty.
No, but it is intense, isn't it?
But Parker is all over the floor in the defensive end.
Got a hand on it, couldn't hold it. Shot clock recycled. They said Parker had possession. That would be questionable. Parker gets the rebound there away from Breland. Breland got it back. Little nearly tipped it in off the floor. Here comes Parker on the break. And that's an offensive foul on Candace Parker. That's 2 on her.
Excellent
and she didn't do a very good job of pulling up on that either.
No, exactly. A little jump stop would have been the better play because Alex Miller understands that the star is coming at her and does what she should do, gives up her body.
I think Pat Summitt's got a pretty good beef on that. There wasn't a lot of contact on that one, especially when you consider the contact that has gone uncalled in the first 8 minutes of this game.
It's going to be a hold on Anasicki. Good backdoor cut by Camille Little, who's exceptional at reading defenses.
That's 1 on Anasicki, the 6'4" junior center. And Parker will go to the bench. Latta matched up with Hornbuckle, one of the few players she's going to have a 4-inch height advantage over. Banks at home.
And that helped on that play.
Yes, it did.
You like your chances if you're Tennessee if you can make Carolina execute in the half or the quarter court on the offensive end. So out of that trap, the 1-3-1, they drop back into a man-to-man defense.
Hornbuckle in that first North Carolina game was pretty much overwhelmed by the atmosphere of playing a team at this level after playing really small ball in junior college in Texas. Now she's got to launch a shot, had it blocked, and it will be a shot clock violation. Excellent defense by Jessica Breland, who stayed right in her face and blocked Shannon Bobbitt's shot.
Don't forget to stop by the official
Ivory Latta, the consensus All-American guard, off to a slow start, but they're only down by 1.
Fall in love with Papa John's new Italian Meats Trio Pizza. Authentic Italian taste from our better ingredients, like our zesty Robusto sauce and 3 hearty Italian meats, ham, salami, and sausage. Get a large Italian Meats Trio Pizza for $11.99. $11.99. Call or click papajohns.com.
Taste the difference. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
Hey, head to the side, seat back low. When you see me riding with him in my Chevy ride slow. I'm in my Chevy ride slow.
Nice ride, homie. I'll trade you.
Chevy Impala SS, an American revolution.
We represent the Coke brand. We would like to sue Coca-Cola Zero.
Would you say that we have a case?
For what?
For taste infringement.
We want to just sue them back to the Stone Age to send a message that they're tampering with really the flagship of the company.
It's one company. It's like you suing yourself.
Yeah.
But they're on a different part of our floor.
Da, 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 da.
Don't forget about us, TV.
With Glidden Team Colors paint, you can get the official colors of your favorite team.
Sir, you're all set.
Whoever that may be. Exclusively from Glidden and only at the Home Depot.
It's a big night on the ESPN family of networks. Right now on ESPN2, the defending champion St. Louis Cardinals playing host to the Mets on Sunday Night Baseball, and it's 5-1 Mets. Right here, it's almost the same score. It's 7-6 here. We're in the third inning.
In the lineup for Tennessee, number 33, Alberta Auguste.
Tell you what, there's been more contact in this game than there has been in that one. Parker with 2 fouls on the bench.
Now, North Carolina has not lost to a non-ACC team in 37 games. It's been a while. Can Tennessee break that streak?
Latta, great job of taking advantage of the numbers. Got it to be a little for the layup.
That won't get it done. Transition defense, quick hitters by Carolina are what you want to avoid.
What can they do without Candace Parker? Where will the offense come from? Here's Anasicki. Offensive foul on Anasicki. That's 2 on her.
North Carolina has the best team in the speed in the country, so whether they're trapping or recovering in help situations, you have got to be aware that these athletes cover an awful lot of ground. Outstanding rotation by Little to take the charge on Anasicki.
Latta pulls up about 20 feet away. Ball knocked away and stolen again. Both teams turning it over constantly. That's 8 against the Heels in 11 minutes. There's an air ball fired up by Fuller, the sophomore. That ball's out of bounds to the Heels. Really ragged first half, and it's because of the pressure that they're extending against each other.
You know, I like that coaching from Pat Summitt. I do not think she liked the shot Fuller just took, but she encouraged her. She said, hey, get your head up. So she's not being critical. She can address the shot selection in a timeout.
And Fuller's been pretty good from long range all year long. Now Little will try one from out there. Fuller with a rebound, tips it over to Hornbuckle. Haven't gotten Sydney Spencer untracked as well. She averages 12 points a game for Tennessee. This is Spencer. Bumped by Little as she tried to drive to the baseline. Very physical defense on both ends. Shot clock at 5. Hornbuckle. Tough pull-up jumper under pressure. Another shot clock violation. Great defense by Alex Miller. Let's go to Holly Rowe.
During that last timeout, Pat Summitt came to her team with the whiteboard, and on the whiteboard she wrote 6 offensive rebounds. She said, this is what North Carolina's got. And the reason is we're not a physical team right now. She said, I demand physical box out. She wrote it on the board. She said, I want you to put a body on somebody. She's challenging her team to get more physical and get those boards.
This is her worst rebounding team in history. Their +1 margin is typically +15, so it's not in their nature to board it hard.
Miller makes a tough pass. The ball lost out of bounds. Well, this is not going to be one they put in a time capsule and open up 20 years from now and say, this is as good as it got. Tennessee hasn't had a basket in 7 minutes.
Well, you wonder where your offense comes from with Parker on the bench. Spencer's a terrific outside shooter. Hornbuckle likes to go off the dribble.
Shot clock again down to 10, and they're still 35 feet away from the bucket. Wide open there, Auguste, and she's fouled. Is that Latta? That's 3 on Ivory Latta, and it's a 3-shot foul.
For personal 16 foul.
I think they called it on the floor. It's the up fake. Yeah, and this should be on the floor indeed. It will be Tennessee basketball, but a huge implication for Carolina. Can Alex Miller step in and give him great play at the point guard?
Well, now both All-Americans are on the bench. Pull-up jumper good by Auguste, the junior from Marrero, Louisiana. Tennessee back in front. Oh, great pass. Perfect pass inside. McFarland had the baseline.
Erlana Larkins, I believe, to be the best passing post player in the country. And whether she's facing up with her back to the basket, she finds people if you double her.
Well, she's a first-team All-ACC performer and named by the Associated Press as a third-team All-American. Backdoor cut, basket, and a foul. Oh, they're going to call that an offensive foul.
Carolina has been timely with their rotations, and Pat is saying don't leave your feet. Backdoor cut, rotation is solid, but you know what, Mike? That's rewarding for defense. She was deep in the paint on that one.
This is about as physical game as you're ever going to see. Nice spin by Little, who averages almost 14 points a game, and the Heels have a 3-point lead. Here comes the trap. And another turnover.
That 1-3-1 has been effective. All that length, all that athleticism.
Tennessee with 12 first-half turnovers. In and out. Here comes Hornbuckle. Gets into the middle for a 15-footer. No. Rebound goes to Larkins, who averages 9.5. She has 5 here in the first half. Miller. The foul on the floor before the shot.
Camille Little is the leader of this basketball team. She's the person most likely to get in her teammates' face. She said, I've got one shot left at a national title, and you better believe you're going to get my best shot. Carolina up 3.
The war in Europe is over. The unconditional surrender. This is our country.
After 89 years in the making, this is our truck. The 2007 Motor Trend Truck of the Year. The all-new Chevy Silverado.
I'm told you are the master. I seek your help today. I like fantasy baseball, but I don't want to play. You need live scoring power. I'll take Joe Mauer. Mock draft lobby. You should pick up a Roddy. ESPN fantasy baseball is free. Look at me now. I just drafted Carlos Lee. Fantasy baseball is free. Fantasy baseball is free.
Ever since I bundled my Charter digital cable with Charter high-speed internet and telephone, I've been saving money big time. Now, I get everything I need from one company on one monthly bill. I get a ton of channels and Charter on demand, plus unlimited nationwide calling, internet that's faster than fast, and a little extra walking around money to boot, which is pretty big.
Save big with the Charter bundle. Just call 1-877-SAVE-196 now, and we'll take care of the rest.
This is my 4th study at Covance in the past 5 years. And I have to admit that at first, I kind of wondered what the other participants would be like. But I found out that people just like me participate in clinical studies, and they do it for a lot of different reasons. Some for the money, and some to help others. For me, it's a little bit of both. Covance is looking for healthy individuals to participate in a new clinical study. To find out more, visit testwiththebest.com or call 800-732-2528.
12-9 Heels with 7:16 to go first half, Doris.
Well, if Ivory Latta is the style, Erlana Larkins is the substance of North Carolina. Against this zone, they're going to enter the ball into the post, and the country's best passing post player, Erlana Larkins, makes mincemeat. A little sneak behind the defense, outstanding cut, outstanding pass. Tennessee, on the other hand, 0 assists, 12 turnovers.
Ouch. Latta on the bench. 3 fouls. Parker with 2. She's on the bench as well. Who steps up when the All-Americans are gone? Iman McFarland out of Temple Hills, Maryland. Short. And the rebound to Spencer. Bobbitt now guarded by Miller. Spencer got it in the foul.
Against Carolina's pressure, backdoor cuts and passing off of those cuts is absolutely crucial. That is a great set to run where you enter the ball into the post and then the back cut because the help defense is vacated off the box. Candace Parker, what do you think?
That beautiful execution. Spencer, 3-point play. She's their best free throw shooter, 89%. And we're tied at 12.
Look at how many more shot attempts, 23-16 field goal attempts, because Tennessee has so many turnovers.
Larkins tries the same kind of pass to a cutter on the baseline. But that time, instead of McFarland getting it, it was picked by Tennessee. Good move. Anasicki somehow got control of the ball and scored on a baseline drive.
They want her to be more assertive on the offensive end. She certainly has the frame to compete.
Little can't handle it. It's out of bounds. You can order copies of every complete game from the NCAA 2007 Division I Women's Basketball Championship through NCAA On Demand at ncaasports.com, the official online home for all 88 NCAA championships. Anasicki playing 25 feet away from the basket. This is Bobbitt. Fuller, no. Carolina pushing at every opportunity. McCants, good bounce pass. The shot won't go, though. Knocked out of bounds off of Tennessee. Pringle had a shot at the follow, and she's been a non-factor since blocking a couple of shots early.
It's been a ragged offensive half.
Checking back in for Tennessee, number 14, Alexis Hornbuckle. For North Carolina, number 14, Heather Claytor.
Heather Claytor, number 14 for the Heels, will come in. Her first appearance in this semifinal game. She's a really good outside shooter.
You've heard of the designated hitter. She's the designated shooter.
And they try to get it to her. Claytor lost it. Then McCants grabs it right back, and she'll try a 12-footer and knocks it down. McCants with the steal and the basket.
She is as assertive and as aggressive as I've ever seen her to start the basketball game.
In the book on her, she's usually not that way. That's got to be a great sign for North Carolina. Dusty. Anasicki gets the rebound. That's a tough scoop shot for Hornbuckle. And almost a miracle category. Miller on the run. Bobbitt got back to cut her off.
It's typically the kind of shot that earns you a seat next to Pat Summitt.
And maybe even a little further down the bench. Pringle with a shot. Her first basket. Latoya Pringle averages 10 points a game.
And here comes the trap. Can they force a turnover here?
Fuller kicks it out. Bobbin for three. Bobbin almost 41% from long range.
Boy, for a kid who told Pat Summitt she was nervous, Shannon Bobbitt looks anything but.
She's not nervous anymore. Look at this. Great defense, nearly a tie-up, forced a bad pass. And there's the recovery by Auguste. 13 turnovers for the Heels. Hornbuckle pull-up jumper. And Hornbuckle can't hit it.
I feel like these teams are tired. They expended so much energy to start this basketball game. Things haven't gone well. They look winded. Look at Alex Miller.
I think the adrenaline is gone now for everybody. 4:07 to go in the half, and it's a one-point game.
Well, you have to stay spaced against Carolina's trap, and they do a nice job reversing the basketball, uncontested shots. As Shannon Bobbitt says, let me hear you, Tennessee.
Tennessee with a one-point lead, 4:07 to go in the first half. 96-19 in the tournament. 26 Sweet 16. That's all of them, by the way. Final Fours 17 times for Pat Summitt, and she has won 6 national championships. Every one of those is a record. And I told her a couple of days ago, It's not really a Final Four unless she's here, and she said she's missed it.
Yeah, it's usually called the Pat Summit Invitational.
Yeah. Miller all the way in, had it partially blocked, to follow by Pringle. Somehow it spun out, and here comes Tennessee. Hornbuckle. Good hesitation dribble, then she missed the shot. And Miller back the other way. 2 on 3. Miller pull up and swatted away. She had no chance against Anisicki, who held her ground.
Tell you this, Nikki Anisicki has stepped up huge. She's rebounded, she's scored, she's blocked shots. She's been active since Candace Parker went to the bench.
Dominique Redding, number 13, has the ball. She's in for the first time for Pat Summit. Now to Hornbuckle. They're having trouble finding some offense without Parker. Hornbuckle, oh, great pass to Anisicki. Pringle, what a block. Boy, those two kids can play some defense.
Nothing easy in the paint.
McCants, no. Whoever wins this game is going to need the day off to get ready for Rutgers. Good drive by Hornbuckle, but she can't score. And then a foul on the rebound. 2:45 to go in a wild first half.
Due to weather, our next departure is 6 a.m. tomorrow.
No, hey, lady. It's time to play Take On Orbits. Today's players have bad weather, must book a hotel before the other 200 passengers. Go.
Awkward?
Yes.
Dentmore.
Oh, no vacancy. Orbits TLC lets you find a hotel right from your phone. Next time, Orbits and go.
They pick up their games, pick up their teams, and pick up the pace. Enterprise salutes NCAA student athletes for picking us all up. Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Huh. Calories provide energy, but how much energy do you need? Powerade Option, the low-calorie sports drink.
You know, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but my mobile broadband network is powerful.
Told you that.
Television.
Okay. But your mobile broadband network only works here.
So where does your network work?
Pretty much here.
Can I check my email on your computer?
Sure.
Thanks.
Singular has mobile broadband coverage in more cities worldwide than Sprint. Singular, now the new AT&T. Your world delivered. Now get the Laptop Connect card for only $49.99.
Saturdays, anyone can rock it on a Saturday. Give me something to look forward to on a Wednesday between my boss and my commute. Give me surround sound in my cubicle. Give me grilled chicken that keeps things light with an Asian glaze that keeps things interesting. Give me a half rack of ribs and a full rack of napkins. Give me the top down and a wide open lane. Give me a cedar seared salmon that only tastes expensive. Give me a new way to eat out. Smaller portions and prices so I can rock it any day I want. Life is short. Give me more Fridays.
Ivory Latta with foul trouble. Same for Candace Parker. That's our Star Watch update. And Tennessee leads by only one, Dorisburg.
Well, you wonder where points are coming from. As Carolina extends their pressure defense, they come out. You've got to stay spaced. And an entry pass to the elbow has been effective in man and zone. Watch the back screen by Nikki Anisicki. Shannon Bobbitt's percentage from three is very respectable. Solid screen. Miller can't get there in time. You know, when they've run their offense, they've gotten good looks. It's just a matter of sort of settling down and getting their emotions under control.
Pringle on the 1-and-1 hits the first. She has 3. Let's check in with Mark.
Yeah, guys, a pretty emotional huddle on North Carolina's part recently. Sylvia Hatchell, the head coach, said, hey, guys, we have a lot of rested people right now, motioning at Pringle and Larkins, who are back in the game. And then she pointed at Elena Larkins and said, score, 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 score. 4 times. I think she gets the message, guys.
Keep it simple, right? Nearly another turnover for Tennessee. Every pass contested. Dusty seeing a lot of minutes. Redding, a brick.
Wow, she's in the game to make shots. That was not an auspicious start.
What a screen in backcourt. Pringle just leveled Bobbitt. And then a 3 out of the corner. McCants has 9. Rashonda McCants has only made 26% of her three-point shots this year. But Shannon Bobbitt is still shaking the cobwebs.
The official just on that screen said, get up, Shannon Bobbitt, no call.
Bobbitt tries a 3 and knocks it down. There's the answer.
I love that kid's toughness. She might be the smallest in stature, but she might be the player with the biggest heart.
Pringle nearly knocked her in the last week. 21-20, Carolina by 1. McCants does a great job of finding the open player on her passes, and she gets rid of the ball in a hurry. Good defense inside, knocked out of bounds to Tennessee.
Well, Mike, here is the screen you were talking about on Bobbitt. It is set by Camille Little. She tries to sell it. The official simply says up. This is what results. They are outmanned on the defensive end. A nice uncontested jump shot. Bobbitt came back with a 3 to hand. This kid's got so much heart.
She got up and gave the official a stare like you wouldn't believe, and then started counting her teeth just to make sure they were all there. She got drilled. 1:15 to go. That's a kick on Miller. Well, you can tell Bobbitt has really assumed the leadership of this team. She is telling everybody where she wants them to be, what they're doing right, and what they're not doing right.
It's not an easy thing for someone who comes from a junior college. Pat Summitt said, I love that kid so much, I'd adopt her if I could.
Steps through a double team. Good passing by Tennessee for the wide open layup for Alberto Augusti.
If you're patient and you do not allow them to make you play faster than you want, you can get good opportunities.
They're trying to set another screen, and now Little able to get to the baseline because of the double team. Here's a steal by Bobbitt. Tennessee by a point. Bobbitt again. Short on the jumper, Anasicki. 3-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock if they want to hold it, and that's exactly what Pat Summitt is saying. Shot clock at 9. Bobbitt, good head fake to get by Miller. There's the block by Larkins. 4 on the shot clock, 8.4 on the game clock. Boy, and now Bobbitt wants to turn around and go after Miller. She's not going to give in to anybody. Coming up at the half, we'll check in with Trey Wingo for our halftime report. Well, of course, that will include first half stats and analysis. C. Vivian Stringer will be with us at the half, and Phelps wins another gold medal. The only reason he didn't win 8, the teammate was disqualified on a relay race.
He's led a dominant United States swim team. That has been an unbelievable individual and team performance.
This is going to be the lowest scoring half for each team this season, and they are just overwhelming each other with their defense.
This was what we expected in our first matchup.
Yes.
And then Rutgers went out and hung 37 points on LSU in the first half. But, you know, we talk about the pressure from Carolina. Tennessee has done a nice job pressuring and stripping and getting deflections as well.
4 on the shot clock. Anasicki. Bobbitt. They took too much time. Boy, that is a wasted possession, and the Tennessee bench is really upset. When you've only got 4 seconds on the shot clock How many passes do you expect to make before it expires?
Especially off a timeout. You just set the offense. You made sure they were aware of the clock.
I mean, even if you're reluctant to take a shot, you have to take it. Latta spent a lot of the first half on the bench, as did Parker. They'll be back for the second half. Miller trying to get off a shot. She traveled with 1/10 of a second left.
We're going to get LaToya Pringle back in the game because she's got the best length and shot blocking ability. This is a good substitution by Sylvia Hatchell.
1/10 of a second, there isn't much you can do.
No, but you want to put as much pressure on your inbounder as possible. So you put your lengthiest, rangiest defender on it.
This is going to take a lob somewhere inside and hope for a tip. Now they're going to put another 1/10 of a second back on, which in terms of the rule is inconsequential. You're still not going to be able to catch the ball. Come down and shoot it. This one's tipped, and that's it. Touched by Pringle, and putting her on the inbounder saved any chance of a possession. Really good coaching job, as you pointed out, Doris, to get that size out there on the inbound play. 22-21 at the half. Let's go to Mark Jones.
Coach, a low-scoring first half for a team that averages about 85 points a game. Ivory Latta sat with 3 fouls for most of the first half. What do you say to her at halftime to get her engaged in the second half?
Hey, she's out there the second half. All right, first half's over. Scores about even, one behind. And, hey, it's a whole new half now. Let's take off and play basketball. We've missed a ton of layups. I mean, we've probably missed 8 or 10 layups. We just got to take our time and make our shots.
All right, thanks a lot, Coach. Let's go to Ollie Rowe.
Well, Coach Summit, how does your team need to improve offensively in the second half?
Keep Candace Parker on the floor. You know, I just, the fouls, you know, early on, obviously, hurt both teams. But in a game like this, the whole country wants to see the best players on the floor. And unfortunately, we didn't get to play either one of us with a full deck. Hopefully, we'll settle down. I just think that we're rushing instead of having great composure offensively. And, you know, it's a 20-minute game. The fact that we are up 1 really surprises me. So maybe we'll settle down.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Our halftime score, Tennessee by 1 over North Carolina. Right now, let's join Trey Wingo.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome into the halftime show. Trey Wingo here with Carol Lawson and Stacey Dales, and I got to point this out right off the top. In our pregame special, we tried to put a music with these teams. Carol Lawson said Tennessee was easy on the eye and easy on the ear. Boy, were you lying. This game is brutal right now. Both teams shooting under 30%, the lowest scoring half of the season for both Tennessee and North Carolina. What's going on?
Well, I think these teams have kind of underestimated their quickness, each other's quickness on the defensive end. You take a look at some plays from the first half. We'll start off with Tennessee and the help side defense by Alexis Hornbuckle. These are athletes. They're getting after it on the defensive end. You can't underestimate the speed. You have to be guarded at all times and know where the basketball is. Tremendous job by Tennessee of keeping Orlando Larkins not catching the ball. And then Candace Parker, the charges. There were multiple times in the first half where UNC players were quick enough to get under there. The gaps are smaller. Your window closes when you have athletes, Stacey. You have to be prepared quickly to get to make your play.
No question. You know, this game really falls under the genre I picked for Rutgers and LSU, which was chopped hip-hop. This game has been ugly. Turnovers, turnovers, turnovers for North Carolina. Take a look at some of these miscues. Tennessee has forced the Tar Heels into 15 turnovers. The difference, folks, however, is that Tennessee has not made the Tar Heels pay for those turnovers. Only 6 points off of turnovers. I think Tennessee, like Pat Summit said, need to settle down, get a handle on what's going on in the second half, and come out with some poise.
Sylvia Hatchell was right. They missed a ton of easy looks. They didn't score for the first 5.5 minutes, and they're still in this thing. What's more troubling from a foul perspective? Ivory Latta with 3 for Carolina, Candace Parker with 2 for Tennessee.
Well, for me, it's Candace Parker. I think UNC is better equipped to handle the loss of Ivory Latta because of Alex Miller.
I think it's Ivory Latta. As emotional a player as she is, and as physical a game as this is, this could affect the team in the second half.
Well, we'll find out. Keep in mind that Tennessee is 3-0 all-time against ACC teams in the Final Four. They got to play better to make it 4-0. When we return, C. Vivian Stringer of Rutgers will join us talking about her victorious semifinal win over LSU.
You give a little love, and it all comes back to you. You're gonna be remembered for the things that you say and do. You give a little love, and it all comes back to you.
Robbie Knievel buses and a canyon, a jet engine, and a double world record jump in the making. Sounds like he is about to come out. There he goes. Oh, yeah. It's a terrible scene, ladies and gentlemen. He is on fire. Robbie! Oh, my God. Robbie. There's Robbie over there. Robbie, let me just ask you a quick question. What happened? Did someone talk some sense into you?
No, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night.
Stay smart. Stay at a Holiday Inn Express.
There are 380,000 NCAA student athletes. And most of us will go pro
in something other than sports.
In something other than sports. Go to ncaastudent.org to find out how.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Next.
Would you please hold my drumsticks?
A little Vegas, a whole lot of Madison. The all-new Day Joke. Get ready.
I just switched to Charter high-speed internet, and let me just say, wow. Now my internet connection is super fast, way faster than DSL. So I can go online and take care of my banking or do research or whatever in no time. I wanna play. And the less time I have to spend online, the more time I can spend doing other things.
Download, shop, surf, and game at the speed of fun. Call 1-877-SAVE-181 now, and we'll take care of the rest.
We are at the break of the second semifinal. Rashonda McCants doing her part, 4 of 9 shooting, 9 points, but the Tar Heels down by a point to Tennessee. Winner of this game awaits Rutgers in the title game as they took out LSU despite what the band was doing. The Scarlet Knights were ready to play. Sylvia Fowles, we thought, was the key guys, and Kia Vaughn just shut her down.
Kia Vaughn was so physical with her. The battle for positioning was won by Rutgers, physical in every play.
Yeah, Kia Vaughn, only 4 boards in this game, but she blocked out every single time. She was the most outstanding player in that game.
Sylvia just 2 points in the first half, and suddenly they were raining threes, Rutgers was.
Woo! Mattia Javon, how about 4 big threes in the first half? And then Esses Carson was also big.
Well, you take this Rutgers team offensively. If they knock down outside shots, I'm not sure there's a team in the country that can handle them.
I think C. Vivian Stringer might just agree with you. She knows she's going there. And in the second half, Rutgers up big, another big 3. Rutgers was on the cruise into the title game. The final score, 59-35. Just understand what they did. Rutgers held LSU to new Final Four records, and these aren't the records you want. Fewest points by a team, 35. Fewest points total, 94. Lowest field goal percentage. It's not like this is anything new for Rutgers. The last 3 teams they have played in this tournament, Duke, Arizona State, and LSU, all have come up with season lows in points. And joining us now on the halftime show is the orchestrator of that suffocating 55 defense, C. Vivian Stringer of Rutgers. Congratulations. We'll get to the defense in a minute. Where was that offense that came in the first half? 80% from deep.
Well, it started with the defense first. We felt, everything felt well. We were moving in rhythm.
Got some nice dribble penetration sliding around, and we were in a flow. Everyone seemed very calm, and that's really important.
It seemed like whenever they needed one, Matee or Essence really knocked down those shots early, those deep ones. Did that get everybody sort of relaxed offensively?
There's no question about it. We've got to get certain people started, so we start running patterns to get certain individuals, and if you notice, it was sprayed around so that we knew that everyone was capable of, the kind of offensive firepower that we needed. When that happens, then we get even that much more aggressive and feel that much more confident with the defensive side of things.
At one point, you guys were on a pace for 80. This is not the Rutgers basketball we've expected, but we did see that, Vivian, in the way you shut down Sylvia Fowles. How were you able to do that?
Well, very clearly, what we were doing is we recognized the shooters, the outstanding shooters, whether, we realized that that the key to fouls was the people who were going to make the pass in, so we pressured the ball a great deal. But with the four player, that is with Thomas, we slacked off and allowed for a double down. Kia was to push her clearly off the block, and we were doubling down quickly. As you know, she's got a really sweet hook shot. We doubled down, and she was going to have the room to create that hook shot. And the other point is that we were really doing a great job, I thought, at Kia Vaughn and company, blocking fouls out and everybody else going to the boards to take care of it.
Well, just 2 of 10 shooting for Sylvia Fowles, so whatever you did worked. Congratulations, you play in the championship game Tuesday night. She'll either face Tennessee or North Carolina. Rutgers is there. Meanwhile, will North Carolina or will Tennessee get there? Ivory Latta in foul trouble. 3 fouls in the first half. She only played 11 minutes. Second half coming up in just a little bit.
IDARC Media is the official publisher of the Verizon Yellow Pages and home to superpages.com, delivering billions of print and online searches every year. So anywhere, anytime, find the answers you need and the things you want from your home or anywhere else. IDARC Media.
Saturdays, anyone can rock it on a Saturday. Give me something to look forward to on a Wednesday between my boss and my commute. Give me surround sound in my cubicle. Give me grilled chicken that keeps things light with an Asian glaze that keeps things interesting. Give me a half rack of ribs and a full rack of napkins. Give me the top down and a wide open lane. Give me a cedar seared salmon that only tastes expensive. Give me a new way to eat out. Smaller portions and prices so I can rock it any day I want. Life is short. Give me more Fridays.
We represent the Coke brand, and we would love to somehow bring some kind of legal action against Coke Zero.
There might be some taste infringement issues.
Oh, so you're worried about...
I think it's basic taste infringement. I'd like to stick with that phrase, because that sounds really good to me.
It's not a claim.
It's not a claim. Could we sue them just to get it into court, to just humiliate these people?
You'll be humiliated, and you'll
We'll
get
be
fired.
humiliated and
you'll
fired.
get fired.
I don't want that.
Da, 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 da.
Morning.
I appreciate someone who's willing to listen.
Check the air in the ball.
Someone I can count on for great coverage.
Somebody's got to get to the basket.
That's why my go-to guy is my State Farm agent.
For car insurance, nobody matches State Farm's combination of personal service and low rates.
Even I can't argue with that.
Get a quote today and see how your insurance matches up to number one.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Let's go. Kayla, come in. Looks like the med school scouts are out early today.
There are over 380,000 NCAA student athletes, and just about all of them will be going pro in something other than sports. Download the guide for college-bound students at ncaastudent.org.
Welcome back to our coverage of the NCAA Women's Final Four. Back to Cleveland in a second. First, a couple of notes for you. Morgan Pressel wins the first golf major of the season. The Kraft Nabisco, Suzanne Pettersen of Norway, had a 4-shot lead with 4 holes to play, but she implodes. Morgan Pressel takes advantage, the youngest player ever to win a women's major. And the Mets winning 5-1, but in a bit of a jam right now in St. Louis. Opening night of the big league season. These games count. Cardinals bases loaded, 1 out, pitching change in the bottom of the 8th. Keep updated on that and other stuff going on. But back out to Cleveland and Trey Wingo.
All right, John, thanks. Welcome back to Cleveland. Guys, 1-point game. Give me the transitions and the differences they have to make in the second half for both teams, and who do you think wins?
Well, I think I'll start with Carolina, and the one thing that Carolina does better than anyone in the country, and that's offensive rebound the basketball. 0 second chance points for Carolina in the first half. They need to get some of those to win, although I do think Tennessee ultimately, Stacey, will win the game.
I just think Tennessee needs to blow this thing open with some points in transition. Only 6 points in transition for Tennessee, and if you do that, you get to the paint. Tennessee needs to get to the paint and finish at the rim.
Nikki Anisicki and Shannon Bobbitt really the only ones stepping up offensively. A big reason why, because Candace Parker has not been in this game. 8 minutes is all she played in the first half. She was cheering from the bench. The problem was she was on the bench. A 1-point Lady Vols lead. Second half coming up in a little bit.
The NCAA Women's Championship is presented on ESPN by Orbitz. Save big at Orbitz.com. Just Orbitz and go.
So, John and I are thinking of going to Cancun, if we can find a good deal.
That's funny. So are Dan and I.
It's time to play Take on Orbitz. Today's players want a total vacation, hotel plus flight, and must save over $300. Go.
I need a deal to Cancun.
Oh, that's outrageous.
Done. Congratulations.
Thanks.
It's that easy. Next time, Orbitz and go.
Honey, look at this.
Is it for all of us?
Yeah. $1,600 for a week. Well, we can do that.
Oh, yeah.
The magic begins when you realize you can afford a Disney vacation. Other affordable packages all year long. Visit disneyworld.com/affordable.
They wear the school colors for a few fleeting years, leave behind moments we'll always remember, and take with them the spirit to excel in all they do. That's why the NCAA corporate family provides scholarships, sponsors youth programs, and supports all 23 NCAA sports. They know that while the excitement of college sports is shown in moments, the value lasts a lifetime.
The issue is experience.
I am not a judge.
Linda Clifford has 0 experience putting criminals behind bars.
I am not a judge. I am not a judge.
0 experience. Judge Annette Ziegler, 10 years on the bench. The experience that got the praise of 41 district attorneys and police unions across the state. Judge Annette Ziegler, experienced at keeping Wisconsin families safe.
You need to borrow this baby? You let me know. No, I'm good.
Better than good. Everyone loves an upgrade. Get yours at the GMC Upgrade event. Like an all-new Sierra, the only pickup that delivers 300 horsepower with over 20 highway miles per gallon. Now get 0% financing plus $1,000 bonus cash on any 07 Sierra. And trade in any eligible vehicle and get an additional $1,000 trade-in bonus cash. Event ends April 3rd.
1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, rock. 9, 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, rock. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. Put your glad rags on, join me home. We'll have some fun when the clock strikes 1. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. We're gonna rock, 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 till broad daylight. We're gonna rock.
It's more like we're going to throw forearms all night because it's 22-21. Tennessee by a point at the half in probably the most physical women's basketball game I can ever remember seeing.
Yeah, this was not an easy one to be had, especially on the inside. And when you look at the Home Depot coaching adjustment, what you have to do against the pressure that Carolina comes at you with is stay spaced. Bobbitt turned it over early when she picked it up. Now, when she dribbles and passes through it, then you get numbers. By virtue of a trap, it means if you beat it, you're going to have the advantage. 3-on-2, solid passing equals an easy deuce. Now, Candace Parker, I believe, will dominate in the second half. She had 27 and 10 in the first matchup. Foul trouble kept her out. If she doesn't get 15 points at the very least, I'll be stunned here in the second half.
So will Tennessee, because they are going to need her to get points like that. Parker with 2 fouls, Latta with 3. It's not going to change the way North Carolina plays defense, though. They're going to come out and trap and push, try to force turnovers and get easy baskets. Pringle out all over Parker, 35 feet away from the hoop. And Parker was open for a second. Now she gets it back. Great feed to Anasicki.
Anasicki quietly put together an outstanding half of basketball.
Steal by Bobbitt. She waits for help. Parker into the lane. Dishes. And somehow gets it back. And now good head fake by Spencer. Spencer with a miss, the rebound to Orlando Watkins. Latta got it to Pringle. She's guarded man-to-man by Anasicki. Great defense by Anasicki. Just stood flat-footed and waited for Pringle to go up.
She had as good a half as any player for the Lady Vols. She boarded it, she blocked shots, and she rebounded it.
Both teams having terrible shooting nights courtesy of the other team's defense. Pringle stripped by Anasicki on the way up. The tie-up gives the ball back to Tennessee. Sylvia Hatchell urging on the troops as the Tennessee crowd gets on its feet. She wants this full court pressure. Nice pass to Bobbitt right over the head of Latta. She waits for her counterpart. Pringle's doing a really good job on Parker that far out from the bucket.
She struggled on offense, Pringle, but she's been excellent on defense.
Parker short with a jump shot. Parker got her hands on the rebound to Anasicki. Parker wheels into the lane, scooping a bucket.
She draws an inordinate number of fouls on her opponent, and when you get her isolated in the post, as they do here against Larkin, she does an outstanding job of feeling with her backside, rolls right to the rim and scores it.
A full third of the fouls against Tennessee are committed against Candace Parker.
ESPN Full Circle presents the NCAA Women's Basketball Championship Tuesday at 8:30.
Huh. Calories provide energy, but how much energy do you need? Powerade Option, the low-calorie sports drink.
The road to happiness. Lots of twists and turns.
Breathe.
Have you found yourself yet? Because you're right here. Seriously, happiness doesn't have to hurt like that.
Security?
Put your money in an orange savings account. It's all gain, no pain.
But pain is the path to joy.
Whatever.
High interest, no fees, no minimums. Your money grows, you don't get bent out of shape. The road to happiness is a beautiful thing.
Saturdays, anyone can rock it on a Saturday. Give me something to look forward to on a Wednesday between my boss and my commute. Give me surround sound in my cubicle. Give me grilled chicken that keeps things light with an Asian glaze that keeps things interesting. Give me a half rack of ribs and a full rack of napkins. Give me the top down and a wide open lane. Give me a cedar seared salmon that only tastes expensive. Give me a new way to eat out. Smaller portions and prices so I can rock it any day I want. Life is short. Give me more Fridays.
They pick up touchdowns, pick up the bucks, and pick up their teams. Enterprise salutes NCAA student athletes for picking us all up. Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
So I think the meeting went really well.
Great job, Abby. I wish some of our managers worked as hard as you do.
Oh, well, I guess you'll just have to promote me to manager then, huh? Oh, there's a new sheriff in town. I understand that I have to work my way up, though.
Singular is now the new AT&T. Your world delivered. Now get an ultra-thin Samsung phone for only $19.99.
Every possession matters. Take pride in every possession. It's a game of possessions. It's also a game of wheels. See how tough we are. Let's go!
Well, Pat Summitt
doing the importance of every single possession. But I don't know what's more important right now, an angry All-American or an All-American on the bench. As Candace Parker just came off the floor that time, she walked over to her teammates and started yelling in the huddle, "They don't want me to play." I have a feeling she's getting ready to put one on North Carolina because she was so frustrated with being on the bench in the first half, Doris.
Well, she reacted well. I'll tell you, Holly, I'll be surprised if she doesn't get at least 15. She's 3 points in, and there's the other All-American responding.
Quickly back the other way. Anna Sicki just totally ignored the shot. Bobbitt fired out of the corner. Latta with 5 points and 2 assists. She's the all-time leading scorer in North Carolina history. Number 2 all-time in assists. And because of foul trouble, she has been a non-factor. It was the biggest lead of the game. Now it's been cut to 1.
That was one of those layups Sylvia Hatchell addressed with Mark Jones just prior to the half.
Parker loves to back in, does not get the roll. Ball's knocked out of bounds out to the heels.
Well, Ivory Latta has got to get some points on the board because this is when she reacts. A little up fake gets the defense sold. Nice head fake. A simple game, Mike.
Boy, there is another huge screen, and Bobbitt going to shake the cobwebs as she was drilled again.
Now this is up to your teammate to call the screen. Bobbitt has got great speed. Communication, or the lack thereof, can put your teammate in harm's way.
Sure
call it out. That's unfair to your point guard.
Somebody has got to let her know. I mean, that's on the verge of getting a concussion when you get nailed like that.
Well, that's a good, clean play. That's Carolina making a solid attempt to free their point guard.
18 turnovers. Let's go to Mark Jones. Mark.
Guys, as Bobbitt came off the court being subbed out, she glanced over the Carolina bench, which was cheering very spiritedly at the hit that she just took. But the look that she gave the Carolina bench said, hey, it's going to take a lot more than that to knock me out of this game. Back to you.
She is tough. There's no doubt about it. Parker off balance on the jumper, missed it badly. Boy, and that should be a foul on McCants. McCants just took somebody and threw him to the ground.
Now this is weak side of the floor. Their arms are tangled. So, you know what? Their arms are tangled. I don't think that's a foul. I think it's a good no call.
You could be right. Missed point blank by Hornbuckle. Little got the roll. Nice touch by Camille Little, the senior from Winston-Salem. She has a half dozen, and the heels are on top.
Candace Parker raised the stakes in this basketball game when she told the reporter yesterday that today amounted to the national championship. She angered the semifinal teams, and the level of intensity in this one is higher than maybe it would be otherwise.
Beautiful drive, but no finish as Auguste got underneath, too far underneath the basket, and hit the bottom of the support on the way up. Latta, beautiful pass to Little, double team, partially blocked from behind by Hornbuckle. Well, the defense has been tough. Spencer just can't buy one from outside.
How about the block? That is just great defense. They talk about go-go gadget arms. We see you, LaToya Pringle.
Pringle, the single-season shot block leader in Carolina history.
Why would you ask me out? Clearly, this is the package that you were drawn to. And then, what? Let's put the top down? That's crazy. Because I have a lot invested here. I know that this looks effortless.
Yes, it's time to vacation, Dollar Millionaire style.
Road trip!
With outstanding McDonald's fries and outlandish legroom, this cabin is first class all the way.
Oh, these people don't fly coach, but they're pretty fly.
They're also decked up with decadent double cheeseburgers and other dollar menu delicacies. No, they don't need a 5-star hotel. They've got 5 million.
They told me to get a miniature poodle or a nice little chihuahua. But I've always set my heart on a Great Dane. And since my heart valve surgery is in the hands of America's #1 heart center, I figure I'll do all right. He's perfect for rehabilitation exercises.
Find the confidence to face any condition at Cleveland Clinic.
Mr. Hadley, would you like a Coke?
Never had one. What else haven't I done?
Hello?
Doris? I've always loved you. Bombs away. Nice.
Mr. Hadley?
A convertible? Absolutely not, because, you know, I get freezing. First of all, very freezing all the time. Ever since it was a condition that I've had since, you know, I know it's a metaphor, but I think I actually do have ice water in my veins. Poetic, but makes the winter months particularly difficult.
ESPN's coverage of the 2007 NCAA Women's Final Four broadcast in high definition and presented by Olivia. 28-27, North Carolina over Tennessee with 15:45 to go in the ball game. And because of foul trouble, the two consensus All-Americans, Candace Parker and Ivory Latta, have been non-factors in this game. Both have avoided additional fouls here in the second half.
Points in the paint have been incredibly hard to come by. You've got athletes who are outstanding shot blockers as well. Now, Tennessee extending that defense to a 2-2-1. Half court.
Barely caught by Larkin. Latta got it! She's the best three-point shooter for her career that they've ever had, 39%.
Against that zone, that skip pass is so hard to contend with because the defense has got to cover too much ground.
31-27 North Carolina. The Heels on a 10-0 run. Parker's getting some looks, hasn't been able to make anything, and Sydney Spencer hasn't been able to buy a bucket. She averages almost 12 points a game. Quickly down, Portman of the basket for Little. Camille Little with 8. That's a 12-0 run. The lead has grown to 6, the biggest of the ball game for North Carolina. How many times have we seen that in this tournament? Ball wedged in there on the jumper by Bobbitt. That qualifies as a jump ball situation.
Ivory Latta gets a pass from a nation's best passing post player. Stretched the defense with the skip pass and then the electrifying fast break. When it's at its best, it is so dangerous. Little the recipient of a feed from Latta.
Possession arrow gives the ball back to Tennessee. Alexis Hornbuckle cuts into the line.
5'11" with great elevation and body control. Nice drive. She is hard to guard when she gets inside that free throw line.
But that is only her first bucket of the ball game. The drive by Little. Picked off, though, by Bobbitt. All the way blocked. What a job by McCants. What defense by McCants.
That is as good an athletic play as you're going to see in the country, men or women, regardless of gender. That was beautiful.
Latta with a floater, kept it alive. Little into the lane, and she's fouled. Foul will be on Spencer, number 3 on Spencer.
Rashonda McCants is just a sophomore. She's got great speed, and she bait Shannon Bobbitt into taking the shot because she knew that was the best opportunity for a block. Holy, because this is a sensational athletic play. Not only the block, but how about the ability to keep it in bounds?
Exactly. And Bobbitt thought she had her. Bobbitt thought she had it measured for the layup with a nice fake. And now Bobbitt's going to come out of the ball game. So is Spencer as Pat Summitt goes to her bench.
Mike, that is a new generation play right there. Candace Parker, Sylvia Fowles, Rashonda McCants. That kind of athleticism is now starting to dictate the outcome of women's games, and that's why the game is changing.
Pringle comes back in, and Larkins will get a breather at the 13:46 mark. Boy, and that was pretty. That was not only athletic, it was smart.
They are second in the country in block shots per game. They're already at their season average, and it goes beyond a block. It was the ability to keep it in bounds.
And here is that athletic defense that has served them so well all year long. McCants with another bucket. She has 11. And it's 36-29. Anasicki nearly lost it. 15 on the shot clock, and Hornbuckle will reset the offense. Got a screen from Parker down at 7 on the shot clock. Hornbuckle a little bit out of control. Anasicki with 4. Got it back to Hornbuckle. She fires before the shot clock expires. But look at this. Breland ahead of everybody. Pat Summitt really upset with her club. They failed to get back on defense 2 possessions in a row, and it cost them.
Carolina on defense is scrambling. Tennessee has no idea what they want to do. It's resulting in bad shots and bad floor balance. The strip, they're up in the passing lanes. They specialize in this. Get up and make you make mistakes. And this is Rashonda McCants off the steal to Jessica Breland. Carolina is out and running, and it's a 17-2 Carolina run. They spurred you right out of the building, Mike Patrick.
17 of their 38 points coming in this one run. In a 9-point game, the way scoring has been at a premium, that makes that lead a lot bigger than 9 points.
That's a great point. And points in the paint have not been easy to come by.
Rutgers, the winner of the earlier game, eliminating LSU. The Tigers 4 straight. Final 4 appearances, but Rutgers knocked them off again. Let's go to Holly Rowe.
Well, Pat Summitt was fired up in that last huddle right there. She looked at her team and said, "You guys look like you're scared of their defense. Are you scared of them?" She's challenging them to be sharp on their passes, quit playing scared, and attack the rim.
They're going to need some offense here, Holly. Whistle away from the ball and a foul. Camille Little commits her third. It looked like she was holding Candace Parker away from the ball. And Parker's always going to get that kind of attention. McCants will get a breather. Sylvia Hatchell able to substitute liberally right now with a good lead. That's a travel. Dominique Redding, the senior from Clearwater, Florida, traveled. For live stats and game recaps from every round of every championship, go to NCAASports.com, the official online home for all 88 NCAA championships. Mike Patrick, Doris Burke, Holly Rowe, Mark Jones, our entire ESPN crew with you from the Women's Final Four in Cleveland. 2 #1 seeds fighting it out. And right now, North Carolina with a big 9-point advantage. Breland double team, got it back, tries the scoop shot. Hoping for a foul, she looked at the referee as soon as she let the ball go. Parker kicks it out baseline. Somebody's got to start scoring. That was Redding. Her first basket, Doris.
You see Parker's unselfishness. They have given her a lot of attention. She's been willing to give the basketball up, but her teammates have got to support her here and score.
At some time, don't you have to be more selfish than that?
Well, I think if you get shot opportunities, you can't pass them up if you're hurt.
This one's knocked away. The pass down court, too strong. There was no reason to throw it away. They had an easy layup. Tried a 45-foot pass and threw it in the stands.
The Wade Trophy winner, State Farm Wade Trophy winner, was Candace Parker. The rake and the take, the unselfishness to Dominic Redding. They're within 7.
It's time to play Take on Orbitz. This week's winner is you. That's right, you.
Go to Orbitz.com during the Hotel Mega Sale and save $100 on 5 nights at select hotels nearly anywhere in the world. Just Orbitz and go.
Anyone can rock it on a Saturday. Give me something to look forward to on a Wednesday. Give me a half rack of ribs and a full rack of napkins. Give me a cedar seared salmon that only tastes expensive. Give me smaller portions and prices so I can rock it any day I want. Give me more Fridays.
I was an offensive lineman for 4 years. I no longer wear pads, but I still carry a lot of weight on my shoulders.
There are over 380,000 NCAA student athletes, and just about all of them will be going pro in something other than sports.
For complete car care, it's CarX, where our lifetime brakes come with a free oil change. Lifetime brakes from $79.95, and that's $79.95 installed, plus a free CarX oil change.
Don't worry, call the CarX man.
When your child gets sick with the usual illnesses an unusual number of times, it could be an immune deficiency called PI. Get the warning signs.
We've seen a lot of repeat business at Indocara. Customers just love the distinct look of beautifully crafted solid wood. And people are amazed as to how affordable it is. These one-of-a-kind pieces are hand-milled, hand-carved, and hand-woven to make every individual item totally unique. We also offer Terragreen bamboo flooring, an environmentally sustainable choice. At Indocara, you'll find the largest collection of exotic pieces from around the world.
Time for the Pontiac game-changing performance of this round in the semis had to be the three-point shooting of Rutgers. 50% from deep for the game, 80% in the first half. They play for the title. For their efforts, Pontiac donates $5,000 to the General Scholarship Fund.
8 out of 10 in the first half really made the difference. And as Gino Auriemma said, between games, if Rutgers shoot like that, they are going to be awfully hard for anybody to beat.
Yeah, I agree, because they do such a nice job of taking away an opponent's strength, making you play to your weaknesses on the offensive end.
Pat Summitt and their coaching staff trying to figure out what they can do in the final 11:34. Down by 7 points. They just threw away a pass on the previous possession. It could have cut it to 5. And you're going to have Bobbitt back in the ballgame. She saw Sydney Spencer on the bench. She has been no factor at all. Bobbitt hasn't been much of a factor. 2 out of 10 from the floor. No assists and 2 turnovers.
Well, look at this. Spencer and Hornbuckle in the first matchup on December 3rd. 3 for 20. Tonight, 2 for 15.
Martins. Almost lost her dribble. Good skip pass to Miller. Got the bounce. Her first bucket of 3, and she gets the shooter's bounce.
Nikki Anasicki has done her part. She has done a stellar job guarding Elena Larkins on the post. She's blocked some shots. This has been a disjointed offensive effort after a stellar offensive performance against Ole Miss by Tennessee.
Parker baseline jumper, no. Offensive rebound, follow, no. Parker's there again, blocked from behind. Parker again, and she fouled. Pringle just kept going up with her. Kept getting a piece of the ball, but finally the foul.
Well, great persistence. Redding misses the first. Parker's on the weak side of the glass. She misses some chippies because of all those length. That arms are everywhere inside. You like her persistence, but you wonder how frustrated she is at this moment.
3 on Pringle, and Parker will go to the line. 7 points tonight. Let's go to Holly.
Candace Parker was the only college player selected to play on the U.S. senior women's team this last summer. She was the third leading scorer, second leading rebounder, but Candace told us that the most important thing she had was time with players like Tina Thompson, Tamika Catchings. She said she learned from those players that she has to be more intense and more aggressive all the time on both ends of the floor. We saw some of that increased intensity on that last fight for that rebound, and Pat Summitt says she's a different player since she came back that this summer.
And Holly Ketching's a real hero for her. McCants, nice drive, went right by Parker.
Well, that's an example of where Candace Parker gave up on a possession, and that's inexcusable in a national semifinal. You do not give up that kind of dribble drive that easily.
What a night for McCants. 13 points, 9 rebounds, 5 steals. 3 won't go for Redding. Again, she's only a 28% long-range shooter. North Carolina has assumed control here in the last 3-4 minutes. Good ball movement. Latta open for 3. Short on the jumper. Parker got clobbered from behind. That's on Little, I believe. And if it is, her 4th. And it is. Number 4 on Camille Little. The 6'2 senior. The coaching is too good for somebody like Parker to come down at the other end of the court and try to rest, because they're going to find her. They're going to make her work on defense.
Well, and Pat has said she has come so far in that regard. The reference that Holly made to that USA national team, she was the best player on the floor for long stretches, and that includes the United States and the Australian national team that's got Lauren Jackson. So that speaks volumes about how good she is.
Yes, it does. Foul at the baseline as Hornbuckle drove and got the foul from, I believe, Alex Miller.
Here's your foul trouble. 4, 3, and 3, respectively. Latta's done a nice job through the first 10-plus minutes of not getting another one.
Really handicapped in the first half. Spencer trying to get on track. She's been able to do virtually nothing offensively. Only 5 points tonight for Spencer. And she's a very good long-range shooter as well. Just hasn't been able to do anything. Good steal by Bobbitt. Tremendous anticipation. They've got numbers. Hornbuckle knocks it down.
Great defense. Bobbitt has brought the energy and the toughness. And if they come back, they've got this kid to thank. She has not quit.
Well, Pringle set another screen. That would have been the trifecta as far as screens tonight. Latta, good job. Just blows by. Basket and the foul. Ivory Latta gets the call on Anna Sicky, her 3rd. What a great first step.
How about the crossover, leaving something special in her wake, goes right at the rim. That is a ankle-breaking crossover, and then the pose. Strike the pose.
Latta out of McConnell, South Carolina, on everybody's all-everything list. In the top 3 for every award you could possibly think of. And she is just tougher than a $2 steak.
Or tougher than one I cook.
That one just hung on the rim for Hornbuckle. I don't think she can believe she missed that shot. Latta back the other way. 8:25 and counting. The lead is back to 10. Larkins against Anna Sicky.
Great toughness. And Anna Sicky just looked at her teammate and barked, "Help when I get beat on the baseline."
North Carolina, you can see it in their eyes. They think they have this game. Hornbuckle. Great ball movement for Tennessee. Latta gets it across to Miller. He's going to hold up and wait for help. Good decision by Miller. Loose ball, another steal. 2-on-1. Hornbuckle will take it. And tremendous contact. Players go down. No call.
I like the no call. You know what? There is no advantage, disadvantage. The defense is not in great position. Dee Cantler is one of the best in the game. I like that no call.
Indeed, she is. She's incredibly consistent in the way she calls it.
Yes. No, that's exactly right, Mike. You know what to expect.
48-40. Sylvia Hatchell wants a timeout. Game still hanging in the balance with 7:13 to go.
Well, Ivory Ladd is starting to percolate, and when she scores, her emotions come out, and the level of her team is raised. Go ahead, Ivory. We see you.
N-O. As in no, Stan. We are not getting a convertible. What are you going to want next, huh? An amp?
That is rich.
This sure brings me back.
To when? 5 minutes ago? You've never had that.
Never had a Coke before? You think I've gone soft in
That's
the head?
Coke Zero.
The 13th president was Millard Fillmore.
Okay.
Do you know what the capital of Djibouti is? The capital of Djibouti is Djibouti. Don't try to tell me I've never had a Coke before. Got a mind like a steel trap.
Da, 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 da. Enjoy Cokeness at mycokerewards.com.
Don't think of them as tools. This is not a saw, it's a deck. So we can grill out. And this is a shelf for our vacation pictures. And this, okay, really?
It's the Home Depot Tool Event. Get an instant $35 to $500 off from power tools and wet dry vacs to generators and more. Now through April 11th.
So this is my nice clean garage, right?
The Home Depot. You can do it. We can help.
Once upon a time, darkness and cold filled the world, until Prometheus stole fire from the gods. Quickly the flame passed, until light and warmth filled the earth. That is the story of our industry, to spread the light and warmth of hospitality.
We're tracking hospitable acts across the globe. Get on the map by sending us your story at behospitable.com. The Hilton family.
I've got a lot going on up here because it's my art. It's my craft. And I find that when you put the top down on your convertible, it's a little disrespectful. I don't want to say anything, but...
The NCAA Women's Championship, presented on ESPN by Orbitz, is brought to you by Pontiac, the official performance machines of the NCAA.
U2 from Dublin, Ireland, inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2005. They have sold 170 million albums worldwide. Let's go to Holly Rowe.
Well, guys, Candace Parker just came to the bench, and she looked at her teammates and said, we need 5 stops. Do we have 5 stops in us? The teammates nodded their head. Pat Summitt came over and said, we are not going home without a championship. Slammed her fist on the whiteboard and then said, hey, can we play out of our 13 defense right here? Candace Parker said, no, we're getting hurt on that. Pat relented. They're coming out of 0 on this possession. Good input from the coach and the players.
Holly, 1 second on the shot clock. Tip. Clock didn't start for a second, and now it is going to be a shot clock violation. So Tennessee will have the ball down by 8. If you're counting, that's 1 stop.
There's the field goal percentage by half. Both were abysmal in the first half. Tennessee continues to be so, and that is why North Carolina has got an 8-point advantage.
It's up to Parker, the All-American. This is where the Stars have to step up. There's an air ball from Bobbitt. Spencer just can't buy one.
That's Hornbuckle's 6th rebound to give him a second look, but let's get Candace Parker some touches and let her attack the basket. I think she's got to take over this game. She cannot be reluctant.
Pringle. Good defense that time by Parker. All over, got the rebound. Hustling it down the other way. Hornbuckle. Parker tried to keep it alive. Bodies flying everywhere. Maybe on McCants.
That's 2 stops.
Yes. It's only 1 on McCants. Now, the only way the stops help you at all, you got to score at the other end. That was the 6th team foul against North Carolina. Next one will be in the 1-on-1. It's a dangerous pass just to get the ball in bounds. Anasicki gives it back to Spencer. Parker, that's where she likes to have the ball. Moves into a double team, and they're going to call it for travel.
It's a good call. I thought she slid that pivot foot. I think Dee Cantner was in perfect position, and it was the right call.
And really good help defense forced it.
Bottom of your screen, no question about it.
19 Tennessee turnover.
It's going to be an offensive foul, illegal screen.
Break out the gloves for 2 opening day Major League Baseball games on ESPN Monday. First at 1 Eastern, the Tampa Bay Devil Rays against the Yankees. Then at 4 Eastern, the Red Sox come to Kansas City to face the Royals. Opening day built by the Home Depot on ESPN tomorrow. Both games also available in high definition on ESPN HD. That was the second foul on McCants. Now we're down to 5 minutes and 29 seconds in an 8-point game. Good double team by the heel. Parker was wide open. Anasicki couldn't get the ball up in her hand to make the pass.
17th foul. I think this is now in the bonus. Tennessee on this foul is now shooting free throws from here on out.
Pringle picked up her 4th foul. And Anasicki, who was only a 62% free throw shooter, and tonight only 3 out of 6. She missed her first 3. Now Parker is going to go to the bench. Looks like she's got some blood on her uniform or her leg. Not sure if she is cut. And I believe she is. They just put a Band-Aid on it. And now they'll wrap it.
Tennessee, to go along with 18 turnovers, has not shot the ball well from any position.
No, that's... Can't live with that. You don't have any chance to win. Still, they're down only 8. And Anasicki at the line. Now, these are big free throws because it's in the bonus. You make the first, you get a second. Got the roll. Anasicki with a triple major. 3.76 GPA. I had 3 majors, but not at once.
Here comes the pressure by Tennessee.
48-42. Can they use their defense to turn over the heels? Latta, great ball movement, got it to Little. 2-on-1, Little offensive foul! And she is fouled out of the ball game. Sydney Spencer, who had done almost nothing offensively, draws a huge charge.
Yeah, and I'm not sure I agree with this. This exact play is what Dee Cantner let go on the opposite end. Sylvia Hatchell, you've got a gripe. I do not think that this should be a foul. This is absolutely a good sell by Sydney Spencer. Yep. It's nothing but a good, that's great acting. But you have, as an official, Dee Cantner let that one go on the opposite side. You cannot give Carolina a charge there.
Well, that's the consistency that you always want from an officiating crew. That what's going to be called 5 minutes ago is going to be called the same way now. So Little is gone. Pringle has 4. Latta has had 3 since the first half and has done a tremendous job of not getting in any more trouble. Nobody with more than 3 for Tennessee. Parker hasn't picked up any in the second half. But this gives Tennessee another opportunity to cut into that lead. It's only 6 now. North Carolina has not had a basket in a little over 3 minutes. Tennessee is getting its chance. Can they come through? Or will Carolina's defense save the day? Candace Parker double team. Bad pass. Parker threw it right in the hands of Larkin. Somehow, Bobbitt got it back. Boy, she's been a savior for them, hasn't she?
She's not quit on a single play throughout the entire game.
Anasicki to Parker. short. Great defense by Pringle. She got it back, and she's fouled. Well, Parker didn't quit working on that possession. It's on Pringle. She's gone.
Well, that's monumental. She does a very good job of making it a tough shot, but there is absolutely contact as Parker continues to pursue the ball.
So now they have lost two players who combined for 13.5 rebounds. Little and Pringle. Larkins is still their best rebounder. She's out there. But you can't lose two people of that quality and not feel it.
Now, I think you come with Jessica Breland, who is a freshman and is playing the most important 4 minutes and 35 seconds of her career right now.
She doesn't get that many minutes, but she is really productive. 4.5 rebounds a game in limited time on the court.
But she is not the defender that Latoya Pringle is.
Now Parker, 70% free throw shooter, 8 points tonight, 4 out of 5 from the line. These are huge with 4:35 left. This finally would put some pressure on Carolina, which has been playing really loose here in the second half.
Somebody has got to answer on the offensive end for the North Carolina Tar Heels.
Well, my money's on Latta.
Well, that's your consensus All-American.
She's been the answer for 4 years.
They move her to the off-guard position, perhaps freeing her for more shot opportunities.
Another steal, and Asicki's going to wait for help. Nice decision there. Bobbitt picked up by Miller. .407 and counting. Parker backs in, reverse under the basket, got it. 48-46. Tennessee on a 10-0 run.
And Parker with a double-double, and they're just going to ride the horse.
The Heels working on 4.5 minutes without a bucket. Latta. That's a blocking foul. And that's a good call because Spencer was moving. And that will send Latta to the free throw line where she's nearly automatic. And Spencer picks up her 4th foul.
Candace Parker operating on the baseline. Larkins has now got the task with the other two players fouled out. She uses her length, her athleticism to get right around it. Pat Summer saying, yes, we're back in it, folks.
N-O, as in no, Stan. We are not getting a convertible. What are you going to want next, huh? An amp?
That is rich.
You know, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but my mobile broadband network is powerful.
Told you that.
Television.
Okay. But your mobile broadband network only works here.
So where does your network work?
Pretty much here.
Can I check my email on your computer?
Sure.
Thanks.
Singular has mobile broadband coverage in more cities worldwide than Sprint. Singular, now the new AT&T. Your world delivered. Now get the Laptop Connect card for only $49.99.
Jerome Bettis?
Call me the bus. If you want to go the distance, you need something tougher.
Mobile Clean 5000. A synthetic?
Nope, it's conventional. The only one guaranteed for 5,000 miles.
Most car makers recommend oil drains beyond 3,000 miles. That's why tougher men demand Mobile Clean 5000.
Going the distance, like 13,662 career rushing yards.
You're a lucky man.
Mobile Clean 5000. Seriously tough oil.
Anyone can rock it on a Saturday. Give me something to look forward to on a Wednesday. Give me a half rack of ribs and a full rack of napkins. Give me a cedar seared salmon that only tastes expensive. Give me smaller portions and prices so I can rock it any day I want. Give me more Fridays.
Calories provide energy, but how much energy do you need?
Powerade Option, a low-calorie sports drink.
Having a hot wife can be a real drag. You know, guys are always checking her out. Now she wants to get a convertible? Yeah, right. She should get a beige box with tinted windows. You'll be trying to check her out, and you'll just check out you. She's my wife!
I think a lot of the players that are on the team, if not most of them, have come to the University of Tennessee because of the history and because of Coach Summitt and what she's done for women's basketball. I know that if you're not playing for a national championship, the season's deemed as a failure, and I think everybody understands that and wanted that challenge coming to the University of Tennessee.
And for Pat Summitt, 6 national championships on her resume. Her record, 945 and 180. She may get to 1,100 wins before she gets to 200 losses.
That's
just
incredible.
An unbelievable record. But Latta trying to add one to that loss list tonight as she hits a free throw. She is #1 all time in North Carolina history shooting free throws. Her career average is 84%. 13 points for Ivory Latta. The lead is back to 4. Boy, the second half has been as good as the first half was bad.
Generally, they run a back screen for Parker when they put her out here. There's the back screen. She's going to come to the strong side and let her operate.
Feeds it to Anasicki, who had a really good look at the basket and decided to go across the lane and put it up from there. Mark Jones, what do you have?
Guys, during the last North Carolina timeout, Coach Hatchell told each and every team member to get their hands in the middle and put their hands on a bundle of sticks that they have that they keep under the bench. They're like tongue depressors now. Each one of them has a motivational saying on them. They're held together by a group of elastic bands. The moral to the team is, hey, one stick you can break, but all of them tied together are unbreakable, guys. This is not the time for us to break. That was the message to the team.
How do coaches come up with this stuff? I mean, you got to stay up all night to think of this stuff. 50 to 48, the lead is 2. But whatever works, works.
This has got to be a Larkins or a Latta shot attempt.
Latta picked up her dribble and has to call timeout. She was in danger of a 5-second call. Smart enough to realize it. If you joined us late, Rutgers and LSU battled in the first game. And the All-American 6'6" center Sylvia Fowles struggled in that ball game. Tremendous defense by Rutgers. Essence Carson unloaded for 3. So did Adjavon, as they showed 8 out of 10 3-point shooting in the first half. Kia Vaughn had a big game inside, and Rutgers won it going away 59 to 35. They'll face the winner of this one. My question to you is, off of what you have seen of these two teams in this semifinal, can Rutgers win on Tuesday night?
I think they can by virtue of their defense. I said when they won the regional final, if there was one team they would have trouble with, it would be Carolina because of the volume of points per game Carolina typically gets. But tonight, that's no indication. You got to use another one here, and this, folks, will be costly down the stretch. You cannot inbound a basketball. You're down to 1 timeout.
With a 2-point lead. Well, you mentioned that it's a situation that North Carolina would score so many points that Rutgers couldn't possibly keep up. But right here we see with 3:09 to go in the ball game, North Carolina has only scored 50 points. Does that give hope to Rutgers fans?
I don't think there's any question. I go back to the point Gino Auriemma made in between games, and he has faced Rutgers more than anybody, 3 times, in fact, this season. He said when they make shots from the perimeter like they did in that game, they're hard to beat because they hold you to such a low points per game. So they make shots. It's as good an offensive team as Vivian Stringer has had in a very long time.
16 seconds on the shot clock. Ball knocked out of bounds by who else? Bobbitt. 5'2" little package of dynamite.
See, Camille Little's usually a great option to inbounds to because she's got great size and ups, and now they don't have that option.
Here's Larkins for the same purpose. Latta with the shot clock at 7. She's going to have to do it on her own. Gets a screen. Double team. Back outside McCants. Knocked away, saved by Parker, and McCants is down holding her leg. We just have to hope it's a cramp. Where she is in obvious discomfort. Fell and grabbed the side of her knee. No contact. And didn't seem to come down awkwardly. And the way they're pressing on that foot, that's a very good sign. That looks like a cramp. It sure doesn't hurt any less, but it's a great sign. But now McCants is going to have to be taken off and get some medical attention. Pringle has fouled out. Little has fouled out. Larkins is still in there, but you're running out of size. You're running out of quality, experienced players.
Yeah, Jessica Breland is now checked into the basketball game again. You've got Miller and Latta in the backcourt.
But that's a freshman coming in for a sophomore. You've had a senior and a junior foul out.
McFarland is in the basketball game. She averages about 10 minutes, so you are stretching this depth as much as you possibly can if you're Carolina.
Tennessee can tie with a 2, take the lead with a 3. Hornbuckle. Miller doing a really good job. Hornbuckle may have gotten away with a push. Anasicki, no. Oh, what good defense by Larkins. Look at Latta. Oh, the All-American's showing you everything she's got right now. Missed that shot. Her counterpart, All-American, Parker to Anasicki with the left hand. No! Anasicki foul! Holy cow!
The reason they score that is Elena Larkins was so slow up the floor, she's exhausted, Mike Patrick. And Anasicki and Bobbitt have brought the toughness, and neither has quit on a single play all night.
Under 2 minutes, another steal. That's a foul on Breland. She held Anasicki after she swiped the ball.
No surprise, it's Nikki Anasicki who's been all over the floor along with Shannon Bobbitt. Candace Parker brings it up. The pass is quick, and look at how slow Carolina is up the floor. They had numbers to start. They have numbers to finish. Carolina looks tired to me. Look at Larkins huffing and puffing.
Latta would seem to be where the offense has to come from. And Anasicki, the chink in her armor, a 62% free throw shooter who has struggled with this game from the line. So we're still tied. She's at 7 of 11. Biggest lead for the Heels was 12 points. They're in danger of losing it here. Tennessee by 1. Latta will bring it up against Hornbuckle. 2 starters left for North Carolina. Larkins and Latta. The rest are subs. 1 injury, 2 foul outs. Latta keeps the ball. The ball did not touch the rim. Shot clock is down to 3. Latta sees it now and fires. No. Hornbuckle with a rebound. Tennessee with the ball in a 1-point lead. What a tough situation for the Heels. Right now they are outmanned because of foul troubles and an injury.
Well, McCants is set to check back in. Tennessee uses 1, so it's 2 for them and 1 for North Carolina remaining.
So obviously it was a cramp. And she'll be able to come back in the ball game. The last 7 champions, Connecticut with 4 of the 7. Notre Dame, Baylor, and Maryland. That means Tennessee has not won it the last 7 years, which is amazing for Tennessee. And North Carolina hasn't won it since '94 when Sylvia Hatchell got her only championship.
I said that I thought Camille Little was tired, Mike Patrick. She has had to deal, or excuse me, I said that Erlana Larkins was tired. She's had to deal with Candace Parker of late. The matchup inside, because of the 2 foul outs, she's chasing Candace Parker all over the floor. It's great deny. She's got better speed than that body would indicate, but she's fatigued.
A minute 1 to go for the right to play for a national championship. Hornbuckle. Tennessee leads by 1. Hornbuckle, nice fake, got to the baseline, and Breland was right there waiting for it. 15-second difference between the game clock and shot clock. Latta into a double team. Lost it! And then Latta commits, or Miller commits the foul against Parker, and boy is Miller upset. The whole North Carolina cheering section is upset. They thought it was a foul on the double team.
Carolina continues to reject shot after shot on the interior. Great block by Breland. Here comes the trap. Great recognition by Hornbuckle and Parker. That's a big trap. They wanted a foul call. I think it's a good no call. So Parker at the free throw line.
Parker, 29 turnovers against North Carolina. 2 free throws can make it a 3-point game. Parker scoring in the second half. Now she has 13.
Now, even
7 out of 8, Doris.
Yeah, and even if she makes this, though I know it makes it a 3-point advantage with this much